used to think that the only thing an author had to do was write. Boy, was I wrong. There's so much more to the writing process than just writing, especially for an indie author. After a book is written, you still have to edit, format, publish, and then sell it. If you're new here, thanks for joining me. I am Caitlin King and I write YA Christian fiction. In this series, I'm vlogging about my latest novel, A Year of Miracles. Editing is my least favorite part of being a writer. I hate it even more than marketing. I attempt to make it as painless as possible, but unfortunately, it is not completely pain-free. Technically, my first round of edits is not a real round of edits. Every time I sit down to write, I reread what I wrote the session before and do a little bit of edits at that time. I try to catch typos and repeated words, as those are the things that I struggle with the most in the long run. Last night, I finished writing and went to bed, and my mind instantly started yelling at me that the scene needed to be completely rewritten. I often write out full scenes on note cards before I write the official first draft. On this note card, I had two main characters in the scene, but when I started to write it, I had put just one of them in it. I did a little mental gymnastics and added the other character in. But then later, I realized I liked the idea of just the one character in it better. So as I did my usual reread and edit the next day, I also rewrote the scene, leaving the second character out. I've titled this section Second Round Edits, but once again, I feel the need to point out that this technically isn't strict editing. I write draft 0, which is the note card draft, and the full draft 1 by hand. And that's a personal choice. I just think better with a pen in my hand. So when I go to type the next draft, I'm editing as I go once more. This time the focus is more on continuity and pacing. I can type fairly fast, but since I'm editing as I go, it doesn't go that quickly. Still, I'd rather fix it now than have to do a ton of revisions later. I mentioned this a little bit in my writing video, which, if you haven't watched that yet, I will link both it and my plotting video below. But I thought I'd go over it once again since the situation also falls under editing. As I've been typing, I've been noticing a few continuity errors, some names misspelled, scenes that needed to be set up earlier, and the like. I've taken to just jotting down these random thoughts on sticky notes and lining them up on the bottom of my screen. It's starting to get full though, which is slightly concerning. I was so stressed out last night. I officially have finished the second draft and have sent it to my editor. I absolutely love her feedback, but I always get really nervous when I see that I've made mistakes. The perfectionist in me starts to rear her ugly head. Or maybe it's the imposter syndrome. Either way, the edits have started to come in, so I pulled up my document to start formatting and incorporating her corrections. Yes, I do both at the same time. Immediately, I became frustrated. This last year, I changed from a PC to a Mac, and let's just say that they are very different systems. I tried to use the Secrets in the Shadows book as a template, but that didn't completely work. I'm now having to relearn how to format my book all over again, and I hate it. I'm about halfway through the editing and formatting process, and of course this would be the point that my brain would go, you know, if you edited the ebook at the same time as the physical book, it would probably be less work and assure that you get the ebook done faster. So now I'm going through and implementing the edits from the physical book to the ebook. Someday I'll have this all figured out, right? Popping back in to say that in the process of copying back over the edited chapters to the original so I can use that as the ebook, I realized that one section wasn't copied over correctly. That could have been a really annoying discovery later. So I guess silver lining? It's late. It's almost 2 in the morning. For anyone wondering what it's like to have a full-time job as an author, this is it. You work late into the night when you have to. My editor finished the book on Friday night. I took a much-needed me day on Saturday, just enjoying the fall weather with my husband, and then worked a little bit Sunday afternoon. But tonight I really pushed through. It's such a relief to have it finally done. Tomorrow, I will upload the book on KDP and order a proof copy. That's if I can stay awake long enough to do it. Good night. Okay. This is the part of the publishing process that I hate. No matter how many times I do it, it seems like my formatting is always wrong on my first couple of attempts, and I spend hours making tiny tweaks. It's beyond frustrating. I may have been a bit overly dramatic. I finally realized that the main issue was I forgot to turn the Word document into a PDF. Once I had that fixed, it uploaded without a problem. I took a trip this weekend to Carson City to visit my grandmother, and we went to the Nevada Day Parade, which was very interesting. Later in the day, I got a message from my friend. My book has arrived, and she sent me a video of her girls opening it. It was so cute. I am so excited for her to read it. I realized today that I did not approach this book release with an actual marketing plan. This is the fourth novel that I've published, and each time I've learned a little more, but I've basically been throwing stuff up against the wall to see if it sticks. Before my third novel, Battle for the Land of Sweets, that came out last year, I wrote out a plan for the release, and while some of the stuff worked, a lot of it didn't. So when it came to this book, I guess I thought I was going to try to follow the same plan, but I stopped paying attention to it and just did as I've always done in the past and hastily tried different things. That being said, I do like some of the things I've been trying this time. So today I sat down and wrote out a checklist for my process from the brainstorming phase all the way to the marketing and social media phase. I think it will help me with future projects, but I guess we'll have to see about that. We've reached the final round of edits. This weekend, I got the book back from my friend. I am always amazed how many mistakes slip through the cracks. Like, I apparently completely repeated a section, which I'm hoping I just repeated it and didn't overlap a different section. Though she didn't ask questions about a missing part, but we'll see. I also loved the fact that she said that this was her favorite book so far, and that the jokes were her favorite. It's really validating. I struggle with imposter syndrome so much sometimes, especially when I see all the mistakes I've made in a book. And to hear that it's good and she likes it really helps dispel those negative thoughts. Just once, I'd like to wake up on release day and see an email that says, "There were no problems, your book has been published, yay!" But like with Battle for the Land of Sweets, they all of a sudden said there was a size discrepancy. It's so annoying. All of the proofs came out fine, the quality check online didn't say anything about it. I have no idea why KDP has been giving me this issue. And on top of that, I still don't fully understand my Mac, and it took me quite a while to figure out just how to adjust the page size. I really hope this works. This book has been such a roller coaster ride, and I am happy to announce that my changes worked and my book is officially both published in the ebook, which it was on release day, and now the physical book. At least it was only a day later this time. I've learned so much through this release, and I hope I don't have these issues again in the future. Thank you to my patrons and newsletter subscribers who were with me every step of the way. looking forward to enjoying the holiday season now. I have a lot of plans for the new year, so don't forget to hit the subscribe button to keep up with my author journey. As always, thanks for watching. Bye. So today I sat down and wrote out a checklist for my process from the brainstorm. Did I say processed?